Let's talk about how to multiply integers. And I think it's best to just start off with the rules for multiplying integers. If the signs of the two numbers are the same, then the product is positive. So if you have something like 4 times 3, that'd be positive 12. And if you have something like negative 4 times negative 3, that would also be positive 12. In both cases, the signs are the same. If the signs are different, the product is negative. So 4 times negative 3 would be negative 12, and negative 4 times 3 would also be negative 12. So to think about this, let's look at 4 times 3 equals 12. Well, we can think of adding 4 groups of 3. So we have one group of 3, another group of 3, a third group of 3, and a fourth group of 3. And if you add up all of those plus signs, you would get positive 12. What about 4 times negative 3 is negative 12? Well, think of adding 4 groups of negative 3. So there's one group of negative 3, there's another group of negative 3, there's a third group of negative 3, and a fourth group of negative 3. And if you add up all of those minus signs, you would get negative 12. There'd be 12 of them. Well, that's great, but what about something like negative 4 times 3 is negative 12? Does that mean we're going to add negative 4 groups of 3? Sounds a little confusing, but here's another way to think of it. So we'll try something else. What if we start off with 12 plus signs? Okay, and then what if we have 12 minus signs? Well, that's 0 if you add them all up. There'd be 12 plus and then the 12 minus signs, and you add them all up, you get 0. So this is the same thing as 0. Now think of taking away 4 groups of 3. So negative 4 times 3 would be taking away 4 groups. That's what the negative 4 would indicate. So if we're going to take away 4 groups of 3, we would be left with negative 12. There'd be 12 minus signs left over here. How about negative 4 times negative 3 is 12? Well, in this case, think of taking away 4 groups of negative 3. Taking away 4 because we have negative 4, and we're taking away groups of negative 3. So again, we'll do our 12 plus signs and our 12 minus signs here. And then we're going to take away 4 groups of negative 3. And what's left over? Positive 12.